tokenizing of music, tokenizing of books, literature, creativity. What is your take on this?
My take is that's the future. We have already about 500 plus startups in Goa. That's a lot considering Goa, the state of Goa has just got a population of about 14, 15 lakhs. You know, there used to be a subject in school called economics. It's today's economics.
Hey guys, what's up? This is me Bernard here, and today I have with me none other than the Raj Kapoor. Hello sir, how are you?
Raj, naam hai mera. Naam to suna hi hoga.
Yes sir.
Yes. And I'm really happy to be in Bangalore. Lovely weather.
Oh yes. It just started raining.
Yeah.
As we were, as I say, raindrops are like blessings in love. So I think yes, and it's the right moment that we met. So just coming back to the whole scenario, wanted to understand from you, how did you come across Web3? And why have you chosen Goa as the place for the Web3 revolution in India?
Okay, why I came into Web3 was an accident, not by design.
Okay.
I went in for the speculation, that is the Bitcoin. I was a Bitcoin miner way back in 2010. So I mined my first Bitcoin on 19th of December 2010. I remember that date because it's on the blockchain. So that's one part. There's a long story behind it. I won't get into that. But the bottom line is, I come from a non-technical background. I pivoted into technology at the age of 48. So that's something which for a lot of people, listen, age is not a barrier. That's one. Alright, once I came in, and I went into the revolution. The revolution was blockchain, and now Web3. So my journey has been from speculation to revolution over the last 14 years, and I've enjoyed every moment. We are loving it, as we say in McDonald's. We're loving it. I'm loving it too. Goa. That's a lovely question. 5 years back, I had come to Goa on a project actually, and we were doing some project in the government. COVID hit us. And what better place than to get locked down than Goa? Frankly speaking, while the world was complaining, unfortunately a lot of people suffered, died. Frankly speaking, I had a really great time because I was in Goa. I got locked down in Goa, and my wife was with me. Fortunately, we were traveling together. That was fortunate. Now, when that happened, the government said, "No problem, sir. You stay with us. Stay in the guest house. You're all." So I said, "Okay, it's a great paid holiday." We never knew that COVID would last for years, months and months and months. But long story short, in those days, I really explored Goa non-stop. All the lovely beaches which the tourists don't know about, the non-touristy places, so to speak. I explored the real Goa. I went to people's houses, spoke with them, understood the legacy, how these buildings, how they made these houses, these villas. I met people who had refurbished their villas into homestays, etc., etc. I met a lot of people. And at that time, because it was not very crowded, none of the Goans were very scared of getting COVID anyways. We enjoyed that space. Now, while we were there, I asked my wife, "Listen, my business is growing fivefold during COVID. I think Goa is a lucky place for us. Would you like to work from here?" Now, my wife is also a writer, by the way. She's an author, writer, published poet. And she said, "Why not? We can write from anywhere. What better place than Goa to get all these inspirations?" So that's where I came. And we said, "All right, let's take a chance. Let's stay for 6 months and see how it is. If they like it, we stay on. We're still here. 5 years down the line, 2024, still in Goa. Never want to go from here."
Right, wonderful. That's something, one of the best things to get during the lockdown is get a lockdown in a place like Goa.
You couldn't ask for anything better. You couldn't ask for it. And then, of course, now the new Goa, what I call the new Goa, the digital Goa, that's a huge step. Now, I've been doing a lot of work with the government, specifically for this. One of the things I asked them was, and that's one of the reasons why I stayed on also, to complete what I was saying, then you can ask me, is when I met with I met the IT minister, and he said, something has to be done. Goa, you're not getting that. At that time, there were no tourists anyways. How does the Goan economy run? And I said, make it digital. And it resonated with him. And that's the inspiration for me as well. I said, all right, if I'm going to be in Goa, I'm going to I love what I do. Let's do it. That's why Goa.
That's quite interesting, because whenever we hear about Goa, the first thing that comes to mind is booze.
Booze,
beaches, or shags, or fish, right? But now when I look into Goa, I'm like, okay, there's Web3 revolution happening in Goa.
Yes, it is.
There's something new, because see, when I talk about Web3, the thing comes to mind is Bangalore.
Yes.
Mumbai.
Yes.
Or Delhi.
Yeah.
No other place. And now Bangalore is the hub, and now I see
Yes.
Goa, the growing hub, and you being a pioneer in getting this technology. I said, how was this journey?
I think the journey's been wonderful. When I actually, coming back to the same incident when I actually spoke about this, it was actually a very casual conversation with the minister and ourselves. I said, we've got the beaches, we've got the sea, we've got everything. What do we not have? We don't have jobs. People come here for vacation. So can we make the concept from vacation to workation? Right. That's how we started. The conversation started with that. And I told him, listen, why do, there are a lot of these rotting barges because there was no mining going on that time. I said, can we refurbish them, make them into co-working spaces, incubators, put them on the sea? That's going to attract a lot of people to come. We have already about 500 plus startups in Goa, by the way, and that's a lot considering that Goa, the state of Goa has just got a damn population of about 14, 15 lakhs. I mean, that's the floating population is a little low, but then that's the population. Panjim is where I stay, and 1.5 lakhs. Guys, I see everybody at the same place almost every day now. But one good thing is there, which we don't see because we are all caught up in the Bombays, the Delhis, the Bangalore, the Hyderabad, the Chennais. Everything is great, but they're all concrete jungles. Goa is not a concrete jungle, and they don't want to make it a concrete jungle. What they want to do is, and what we have done now, last 2 years, we evangelized 3 things. We evangelized a digitized Goa, Web3 on the sea, of course you know about, and now Piyush Goyal has said we want to make Goa the Silicon Valley of India. That is a validation. It doesn't come from me.
Right.
It comes from the effort which we've made over the last 2-3 years, made by the central government Ministry of Industry. That is something big. The digital revolution has started. And now we're even going to get a digital nomad visa specifically for Goa. That could be a game changer.
That's the game changer, right?
Yes.
And someone like Piyush Goyal coming and appreciating the efforts you have done, that shows the scale and magnitude that you have put in your hard work over the period of years.
Yes.
For this. You're also working on IBA, the Indian blockchain
That's right,
plans.
yeah.
I want to understand more what is IBA
Okay.
and what are the future plans.
Oh yeah. That's IBA is my baby. I started in 2018 IBA because I was kicked out of one of the government agencies for giving them a proposal which was actually great for the country, and they told me, listen, this sucks big time. And in front of me, they threw the documents into a dustbin. Not a very nice and pleasant thing. I wanted to do a lot of work. I'd come back from the States and I said, I'll do a lot of work with India. I want to bring this technology, all my learnings, all my experiences, all the connects into India. Now, when that happened, because it didn't, I said, all right, happens. Now comes the turn when I said, okay, I'll set it on my own. If the government doesn't back me, I'll do it myself. Then came a lot of pilots with a lot of corporates coming in India. I had already worked with several governments outside. I worked with Walmart right in the early stages. I was with the sandbox, MIT sandbox, way back in 16, 17, when just a lot of things were happening, but not happened in blockchain.
Right.
When Bitcoin was still the bigger word than blockchain. And now with IBA, we are an industry body now. We represent the interests of blockchain, DLT, Web3, companies, people, and think tanks and minds, and work collectively and collaboratively, which is the biggest thing which we need to do in the Web3 space, working together, bring Web3 mainstream. That's what IBA does. Today we've got 800 plus members across the globe. 70% of them are from outside India. That's the surprising part. For an India Blockchain Alliance, they want to contribute. Each of them contributes pro bono. Right, that's the best part.
And plus you have centers across India as well.
Yes.
Chapters.
Now, in fact, tomorrow I'm going to Bombay. We're opening the Bombay chapter to Bombay chapter. You know Jetso and you know Malcolm. They're going to be heading that. So yeah,
That's
it's a small
wonderful.
world.
Yeah,
It's a small world.
Right. Raj, right now we see that the real world assets is blooming. Be it real estates,
Yes.
be it tokenizing of music, tokenizing of books, literature, creativity. What is your take on this?
My take is that's the future. You know, there used to be a subject in school called economics.
Yes,
Today it's tokenomics.
tokenomics.
It's all changed. The paradigm has shifted.
Right,
And if people don't shift with it, they're going to be left behind.
they would, yes.
Coming back to the tokenization, the real world tokenization, well, frankly speaking, we're tokenizing ourselves also. Now you can look at, I'll give you a simple example of my own. I am an advisor to more than 80, 90 companies globally. I tokenize myself. I give everybody and everybody takes the value from me, and the value of the company goes up, my value goes up. So I actually tokenize the whole human being in a persona of myself. In my case, it could be for anybody else also. While the real world assets is the main thing, yes, because that's real, solid. Real estate has always been solid donkey's years. It's never changed. Gold, real estate, never going to change. Way back in the 17, 18, 19, between that and now, I've tokenized about 3 billion worth of real world assets. That's all. That's one as an individual. I've done work with companies. There are many more now. Right? We have seen everything happening in this space. You're going to see all the bonds, everything else being tokenized very soon. We are seeing tokenization of whiskey. We are seeing tokenization of airlines, liners, you name it. You can tokenize anything. I have actually now, as an experiment, I tokenize my appointments. Okay. If I tokenize my appointment in USA, in Europe, people have to buy an NFT of my to get an appointment. To get an appointment, right? Yeah. And if they want to sell it, if somebody else wants it at the same time, then they can sell that. So I'm sitting here making the money in that as well. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling that you can tokenize anything right from your time. You real estate. Right. It's the future. When I say it's the future, it's one of the biggest things which is going to happen. And if tokenization is not in your mind map right now, get there. Everything is going to get tokenized as we go forward. Right. We can even have tokenized books. We can have tokenized movies. We are doing that right now. There's a company called Rock Films. They're coming to Goa next week, by the way. We are tokenizing all the movies. And that's something. So tokenization is here to stay, my friend. Right. You can tokenize your books now.
We do. That's what we do at Raindrops.
Great stuff.
We are tokenizing books along with the books and the community as well. Yes. For example, if you buy a book or buy a NFT of an author, you get direct access to his books. Excellent. Access to meet the author, get a signed copy.
That's utility.
Yes,
that's the utility. That's lovely.
So the whole thing has been built up around it. Because what happens is right now we have a whole website of books are kept, and then there is all the communities, the clubs, hubs, everywhere.
Yes.
So by doing this, what I'm doing is I'm bridging authors and the clubs together.
I love that.
So next time Raj Kapoor comes to Bangalore, anyone who holds an NFT,
yes,
can get a chance to meet him.
Right. And you don't have mine, right? Yeah, you get a free pass. It's okay.
Oh yeah. Perks of being friends with Raj Kapoor. Right. Yeah. And also, just a little more personal, since we are getting into what is that one advice that has helped you, changed you, or motivated you to do something? One advice from anyone that you.
I'll actually listen to my heart. Everybody says listen to your heart, that's all everybody says that, but I actually listen to my heart. And don't listen to the plethora of nonsense influencers in this space. Don't. That's where you're going to get mind screwed. Sorry to say that, but that's exactly you're going to get it. It's a real mess out here. Everybody wants to become a media influencer, Web3 influencer. Okay, ask anybody how many have actually worked. So I actually put money where my mouth is. I actually worked on projects. I made my mistakes. I failed multiple times. But today, that whole thing seems like a beautiful journey. So my advice is listen to your heart and do everything yourself. You can study yourself. You don't need anything else. You just need your own passion. And passion has driven me where I am today. 7 governments I'm consulting. I'm an advisor to 7 governments, 90 plus companies. I advise all Tata companies. All that comes from a guy who didn't know anything in technology. Not a line of code I'd written till the age of 48. So guys, if you believe in yourself, you can do it. That's my one answer.
Well, Raj, there's a lot of newcomers who want to join the Web3. And most of the time, people get scammed by these.
Oh yes.
Because of FOMO, they get into it. Then they get these tokens. Yes. They buy some shitty tokens.
Airdrops.
And they get. So what's the best advice you could give them when they start? How can they start?
First, I think they should join a good community first. I think basically communities help out each other. Right. Second, I can connect with me as well. Okay, I have got in my Telegram, I've got 32,000 in my group. So it has a lot of connections. And but more important, I think, use your own brain, guys. Do you really jump into the river whenever you see one? No, don't do that. Assess it whether it's deep or it's not, whether it's worth jumping. Make your own assessments. I think God has given us enough brains to do that. Basic. Don't fall for these gimmicks. Don't fall for scams. Understand, research a little bit. Just takes you maybe 15 minutes to actually really realize what the hell you're doing. Read a little bit more. See if there's more information. And first look for so-and-so scams, so-and-so problems. You will find a lot of them. There you go. You just spend about 30 minutes in it. Guys, you can really make your life less miserable. So do that.
Right. Because most of the time I get these youngsters fresh out of college. I have airdrops, I have these many tokens, and just the value, its value is 0.
Your question should be, do I have brains? That's the question you should ask. If you have the brains, you won't have these airdrops. Till today, I don't have a single one. I don't even talk tokens. I talk blockchain. Right. Web3.
Right. That's right.
That's the real stuff.
Because when you talk about blockchain, everyone thinks, oh, crypto.
Oh, crypto. Yes. That's actually one of the reasons why, as I said, coming back to your first question, why did I start IBA? I started because I wanted to make people understand that Bitcoin is not blockchain and blockchain is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a vehicle on the blockchain highway. That's how you should be seeing it. It's a car, it's a vehicle. There are many more vehicles. There are trucks, cycles, you name it, they're all there. It's just one of the things. Why are you so fascinated? We all like to flirt with danger. It's all very more fascinating. You know, Mogambo Khushua. Everybody remembers Mogambo. How many people remember the rest of the cast? I don't know. Well, that was fine. everybody remembers Gabbar Singh, and that's how people remember. They are always visualized. Oh, larger than life. Right? Larger than life is not always the best for life. They're good for movies, they're good for fiction, but larger than life, not real life.
Not right. Raj, any books that has inspired you over the period of time? We are listening in the.
I tell you one thing.
bookstore.
Frankly speaking, we're sitting in a bookshop, so it's lovely sitting in. All these books inspire me. Each of them is a story in itself. I won't name any particular book except in one. Three books I see right here on the shelf. Raindrops, raindrops, and more raindrops. It's raining outside. Look at that. The raindrops inside the bookshop. I've loved these books. And if you don't give them to me now again, you made me borrow them. You're going to give it to me now. I'm going to take my words back. But no, seriously speaking, these are books which are really, they're inspiring and they're real learnings. And the other book which I always tell people, you read all the big books about Gates and you read about Jobs and all the other Peter Thiel and everybody else. But there's one book which precedes all of them. Anybody read the Mahabharata? That's the story of everything in one book. You learn strategy, you learn failure, you learn personal equations, you learn deceit, you learn everything what happens in the world in that one book. I'm not promoting Mahabharata, I just read that book and I've read it many times. Every time I see a new perspective. And in perspective, you can apply it to every aspect of your life, whether it's personal or professional. And I think a book that does that, that's the one which you. And mind you, most of the other books are from the perspective of the author. They don't necessarily apply to us. All hats don't fit us. This is, I think, you read that, that's a universal. And read the raindrops. I think that should complete the whole equation.
That's fantastic. So guys, please go ahead and buy the copy of Raindrops. Well, Raj, it was nice connecting with you,
Always
meeting
nice.
you, and talking to you.
Always
Discussing more on the journey of yours on the blockchain and the things that have been planned in future.
You're getting the book done, right?
I am.
Maybe then that's the next book you should buy.
The next book by Raj Kapoor. Yes, it's more detail of his journey into the world of Web3 blockchain.
But more important, I think, in all these things is if you're really taken up to a subject like Web3, it's the most exciting space to be. Otherwise, in my 60s, in my 7th decade of my life, I'm enjoying this space, mind you.
Right.
I wouldn't be enjoying it if it was boring. I would say, okay, I'm going to hang up my boots, I'm going to retire. I can do that now. But I don't want to retire. If you take up this Web3 space, I don't think you guys are going to retire for a long, long, long time. It's going to be a long, long, long innings. Stick around, guys. You'll play more than Gavaskars and the Tendulkars, guys. You'll have a very long innings.
Just hold.
Yes, just hold. It's a lovely space.
It's a lovely space.
And evolving every day. I mean, that's any reason to be in this space is this. For me, at least, this is my reason. Raison d'être, they say, this is my raison d'être.
That's wonderful. Thanks for the time. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.